Hey everybody, I hope you're doing all okay. I had an interesting story that I wanted to share with you that happened to me over the weekend, and it's pretty exciting. I had a very famous musician reach out to me in a personal video that I wanted to share with you. But first I want to give you a little bit of a backstory, and let me just say up front that my voice is a little sore. I was sick on Thanksgiving. It took me a couple days to recover, so my voice sounds a lot worse than I feel like, so bear with me on that. I have started looking for a new home, and I've been debating on where to live here in the villages. I've also looked outside the villages, so I'm kind of in the middle of house hunting and deciding where I want to be. Most likely I'm going to end up in the villages, and I decided if I'm going to do that, I'm going to move towards the southern end, probably near Eastport. So if I stay in the villages, I kind of like what's going on down there, general Eastport area. So anyway, once I started feeling better this weekend, I got out of the house and I started walking through models in the Street of Dreams and checking out some of the neighborhoods under construction and whatnot. And I was walking through a home and I met a really friendly couple, Donny and Debbie Whitman. And Donny recognized me from my YouTube videos, and we struck up a conversation right away. He's a great guy. And he said he was in the Navy as well. He was on a destroyer. And so, of course, we started talking Navy stuff. So I asked him, well, what are you doing nowadays? And come to find out, he was the road manager for Aerosmith for decades, and currently he's the road manager for Ringo Starr. So I thought, wow. Of course, some of you guys know that I like to play around the drums. I'm not a serious drummer, but I enjoy the hobby of playing in drums, and I've been in a few bands, and nothing big, but you know what I mean. So not only is he a Navy veteran, but he's a road manager for probably arguably the most famous drummer in the world, Ringo Starr. So that was obviously, I was overwhelmed with that, and we started talking a lot about his career. And Donny and Debbie are moving here to the villages, which is really exciting. But in the conversation, we were talking about drummers and musicians, and one of his friends, close friends, is Gregg Bissonette, who I'm a huge fan of. I watch his videos. I was blown away that he knew Gregg. Of course, I'm blown away that he was the road manager for Aerosmith and Ringo Starr of all people. While we were standing there, he calls Gregg Bissonette, again, one of the greatest drummers of all time. Gregg is the drummer for Ringo Starr's band. So yeah, everybody knows Ringo's a drummer. But when Ringo does his performances now, he does a lot out there with the crowd and a lot of stage performance and plays along with a drummer. When Donny called Gregg, he left a message on his phone. And I thought, well, how sweet is that of Donny to even think of doing that just from us meeting for a few minutes and having a nice conversation. Well, the next day, I get a personalized video from Gregg Bissonette. Again, one of the greatest drummers of all time. Gregg is not only Ringo's drummer, he was Joe Satriani's drummer. He's played with ELO and countless recording accolades. Fell in love with Gregg on watching him on Drumeo and other videos and performances. And if you ever watch Gregg interact with people, he is one of the most nicest, positive, uplifting spirits there is. He's just a great guy, not just a great drummer, but you could tell that he's a great human being. And I got that same vibe from Donny Whitman as well. Anyway, Gregg sends me this really cool video, and he lays out a couple of drum fills, and he challenged me to identify these drum beats. Now, this is amazing to me. Gregg has a lot going on. He is a big-time musician. And by the way, he was ranked by Drummer Magazine as the all-around best drummer in the world. This is the kind of professional we're dealing with. But he doesn't act that way. He acts like a guy you want to be friends with, right? So how sweet. He puts together this nice video. He shows drum samples, just little tidbits from a variety of songs in a variety of genres, and mostly classic rock and jazz, and challenged me to identify these songs by just those little drum elements. So I thought it would be fun to share that video with you. And I talked to Donny, and Donny says absolutely, it's cool to show the video and to, you know, spread the word more about Gregg Bissonette. Just share the joy, the expert drummer that he is, but also the great person that he is. So I think this is really cool. But I want you guys, my viewers here on the channel, to play along. So I'm going to show the video that Gregg sent me, and then I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to try and identify these songs. And you don't necessarily have to be a drummer. You might pick up on some of them. If you are a drummer, definitely pay attention or share this with your musician friends. See if they can pick it out. It's pretty cool. A lot of these are pretty easy if you're into music, if you're into rock and roll, especially if you're a drummer. Gregg, I think I got about 80-90% of them correct, but I'm going to play the video first and give you guys that are watching a chance to maybe write down or figure out what you think they are. And then I'm going to tell you what I think they are. And then maybe Donny or Gregg, if they're going to watch this video, you let me know if I got it right or wrong, brother. But again, just want to say thank you for sending me that video. It made my year. I am a huge fan of yours. I have the highest respect for you as a drummer and a person. The reason I say that is because I've always noticed that you are always positive. When I see you talking to other musicians, you can tell you're passionate about drums and music and just passionate about life. And I love being around people like that, that are positive. You know, life's too short to be negative. And if you're in the music business, I'm not, but I appreciate it. And if you're in the music business, you should be having fun, and clearly you are, sir. So I salute you and thank you for the kind words. Thank you for taking the time to put this video together. So here I'm going to go ahead and show the video, and then I'm going to give you my guesses. Everybody who's listening, put in your comments. All right, let's get to the video. You won't believe it. It's really cool. Again, you're about to see one of the greatest drummers of all time send a personal video message to an absolute nobody. So let's go ahead and do it. And then I'm going to come back and let's break it down.
Hey, Chief Petty Officer Jeff, thank you for all your service. Donnie Whiteman, our dear pal, says you are also a drummer. So how cool is that? I want to challenge you to a drum. Name that tune. Here we go. I know you're going to get these, but let's see. I want answers. Here we go. Number one. Number two. Donnie especially knows this one. How about this one? How about this one? And this one. How about this? I'll give you a melody. And from Michigan, my home state, Flint, Michigan. How about this one? A little jazzy. 5-5-4. And I know you know this one. This one. And something that one inspired that we do with the Ringo Band. And finally, name this one. Petty Officer Jeff. Thank you again for all your service and hope you have a great day. Hey, Donnie. Peace and love, brother.
All right, Greg. Hopefully, we'll see how I did here. Number 1, wipe out, right? Number 2, walk this way, of course. And again, shout out to Donnie because he was Aerosmith's road manager forever. How cool is that? Number 3, Ticket to Ride. Let's see, Honky Tonk Woman is number 4. Number 5 is Rock and Roll by Zeppelin. 6, I was a little shaky on, but I think it's Sing, Sing, Sing. 7, we're an American band. 8, Take 5. Another one I was a little shady on. 9, this one was a tough one for me too. I think it's from The Who, Don't Get Fooled Again. I think it's that fill towards the end, right? Where he's punching that bass and then throwing in the toms. I think that's what it is with old Keith. Then we got 10, Fool in the Rain, which I think, tell me if I'm wrong, is kind of a spin-off of the Purdy Shuffle, but John Bonham took it to the next level. And then Toto, Rosanna. That one has always kicked my butt. Quite honestly, those 3 have been a challenge for me. What a phenomenal rhythm that is. And you nail those like it's nothing, brother. I love you and hate you for that. Of course, at the end, Rockin' Song, Van Halen, Hot for Teacher. Dude, I love that. I think I got some of those right. If not, forgive me, and I will work on that. I appreciate Donnie and his lovely wife, Debbie, for their kindness. Greg, I love you for doing it. Donnie, you are the man, and welcome to the Villages. And my friend, we got to hang out, and anything you guys need from me, you just give a shout. Oh, by the way, I have something for both of you guys. This is a Navy Chief Challenge coin. And in the Navy, it's a very nice tradition that you give these to people that you have respect for, or that you want to honor or give thanks to, or just a friendly gesture of appreciation. So these are 2 Navy Chief coins. And by the way, I'm an artist, which some of you guys know, so I actually designed these for our Navy Chiefs. And I'm going to get these to you guys. All right, God bless. Take care of each other out there, and we'll see you on the next video, everybody. Bye.